Purchasing a new television can be incredibly intimidating, especially if you haven't had to over the past 5 years or so. There are many variations, models, and price points. Finding the one fit for you is quite a task, so I'd like to go over the key things to keep in mind when you're shopping for a new set. To give a little more insight to the search, I recently took a trip to J&R Electronics in New York to take a look at what they'd recommend for purchasing a TV. I'm at J&R and I'm with John, who is an expert here. And what would you say is the #1 thing that you should look at when you're thinking of purchasing a television?
#1 would be the resolution of the television. Regardless of what type of TV you get, it should be 1080p.
Resolution and contrast ratios are indeed very important factors to consider. Image clarity directly corresponds to how many pixels the set has. Older TVs had the equivalent of around 300,000 pixels, whereas the new HD TVs offer around 1 to 2 million pixels. You can just imagine the difference. Contrast ratio is basically the amount of detail you can see in the dark or light imagery on screen. Having a good ratio means you'll have better picture quality. Then, there's the choice between a plasma, LCD, or LED LCD television. What is the difference between LCD and plasma?
LCDs are generally lighter, thinner. They're less expensive to run. Plasmas are generally better for color. If you're into like home theaters, like a dark setting, you might want to go with a plasma. Whereas LCD is probably better, like more all-purpose use.
Plasma televisions work by electrifying gas made of free-flowing ions and electrons. This allows for natural, smooth motion on screen, which is best if you watch a lot of action sports such as tennis. LCD televisions consist of 2 layers of crystals that also become illuminated when electrified. But their light is much more directional, so you get a smaller viewing range compared to plasmas. LCD LED televisions use the more powerful LED backlighting that creates a much brighter image compared to a plain LCD TV. You should also check the refresh rate of the television, which simply means how many image scans a second occur. The numbers usually go from 60 Hz, 120 to 240 Hz, and you should look for the highest number possible. Aside from the other TVs, the newest incarnation are 3D versions. 3D TVs are generally the most advanced technically as far as TVs go, with the highest refresh rates, contrast, and clarity. You can still watch regular 2D programming, and when watching 3D, you'll generally need a pair of active glasses, which are priced in the $300 range. Other important factors to consider when looking for a TV are screen size and viewing distance. Depending on how large your screen is dictates how far away you should be sitting for optimal viewing. If you have a 46-inch TV, the closest suggested sitting distance is 5.75 feet away. These are just some of the basics to keep in mind when looking to purchase a new TV. But with so many options, I'm sure you won't have a difficult time finding the right one. I'm Ellie Rountree, and this has been RocketboomTech.